Rory's in Walthamstow. Rory, what can you tell us?
Hi, James.
Hello.
So I am an intensive care doctor, and I was just listening to your show. I just wanted to share a story that happened to a patient and myself a few days ago, if that's all right.
Absolutely, it is.
She was a 27-year-old lady who was not vaccinated. She was also 29 weeks pregnant. And she came through to a hospital that I was working in A&E, with very severe COVID. We admitted her into intensive care, and she said at that point, we always ask every patient, what's your vaccine status? Yes. Are you singly vaccinated? Are you doubly vaccinated? She said, I didn't want the vaccine. I'm not doubly vaccinated at all. I was offered it, but I rejected it. And at that point, you could see terror and regret in her eyes as we wheeled her down the corridor into intensive care. The obstetric team were there, the intensive care team were there. We put her onto some very high flow oxygen, but she began to deteriorate.
So the symptoms were I mean, as we've often heard, breathing difficulties and
so her symptoms were one, profound respiratory failure.
Right.
She also had gestational, that's pregnancy-induced diabetes, and that was causing massive problems and her blood was becoming very acidic.
Right.
That complicated the matter. But let me just cut to the chase and told you.
Well, take your time.
Happened.
Take all the time you want.
So this is at 4 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah.
I knew that things were going downhill. So we had to get ready to intubate her, so to put her on a ventilator. So we did that. We put her on a ventilator, and by the morning, we took her for an emergency Caesarean section. And that baby, who was 29 weeks, so remember, term is 40 weeks, so this is a premature baby, is now on the neonatal intensive care unit. After we delivered the baby, we had to put her on her front, and you can't do that with a pregnant abdomen.
Of course.
So once we delivered her, we put her on her front, and she was on the maximum oxygen, the maximum support that you could provide. And remember, she's only 27 years old.
Yeah.
She got so unwell that we had to make a referral for ECMO. And ECMO, you may or may not have come across, but ECMO is a level of support that only a few hospitals in the UK offer. And it's when we take their blood out their body, we oxygenate it, and we put it back in again because the lungs cannot cope. This lady's risk of death is very high. Still. She will, if she does survive, she will be in hospital and on intensive care for many weeks, probably months. And her baby is still on neonatal intensive care. So, and the vaccine
obviously reduces impact of infection. So it wouldn't have guaranteed she wouldn't catch it, but it would have.
Well, my fiance is a midwife,
right,
and she works at a different London hospital, and she has not seen any severe COVID in doubly vaccinated women.
I don't know what to say, because I didn't realise that the when you finished telling us this, the story wouldn't have finished, as it were.
And can I just say one more thing, James?
Yeah, I said to you to take as much time as you want, Rory. I mean, crikey, compared to what we're doing on the radio, what you do every day is a gazillion times more important.
So there's a few of us were obviously distraught by what happened. So I placed on my social media, and I said, if you're pregnant, please get the vaccine, because if you don't, I've seen what happens, and it's a avoidable tragedy. We can avoid it. We can avoid